In this video, I'm going to walk you through the fundamental task of creating, saving, and organizing your files or folders on a computer. So if you have been working with a computer for a very long time, definitely you would have created files or folders on your device. But let's say you have been using a mobile phone as your personal computer and you want to start using a laptop or desktop. So let me show you how to create a file and folders on your laptop or desktop. First of all, you want to open File Explorer, but at the same time, you can still open File Explorer from your Start menu and then go to File Explorer. So here, let's go to, for example, let's go to Document. You can see that we have different folders here. For example, we have our desktop, we have our download folder. So when you download the files, it comes directly to your download folder. And we have document. So document is actually where you can actually save all your documents. And then we can decide to go to our C drive. For example, I can say, well, I want to create a temporary folder here and save all my documents here. So let's go to our document and let's try to create our first folder. So if I right click, and here you can see we have the option new. And then from new, you can see we have folder, shortcut, and every other document. For example, the Microsoft Office. If you have installed Office on your device, you have, for example, you can see we have the Microsoft Access database, we have Microsoft Word document, we have the Microsoft PowerPoint, we have the Publisher, and Excel. So let's create a folder. So you can see by creating a folder, so just use your keyboard to enter a name for your folder. So I'm going to enter Kelvin01, for example. Then in this folder, we can decide to create another subfolder. Or we can say, well, we want to actually create a file here. So if I go to new, and here we can decide to say, let me create a kind of a test document. Let me just call this file 002. You can see we have our document. And again, we can decide to create, for example, let me just create a Word document and I can call this, let me just call this copy 001. So here we go. You can see we've created a folder, we've created a file, and also there's a text document, and we've also created a Word document. So if I double click on this file document, by double clicking on it, then here you can see I have the, let me just close that for now. I want to save this. So here you can see I have the option to actually, for example, just type anything on it and just say hello, hi, doing. And if I enter Control S on my keyboard, it's going to actually save my document. And you can see it changes from 0 kilobyte to 1 KB. So I can close this document. It's not going to ask me if I want to save the document. But if I actually double click again, and I just entered, for example, a dot, and I try to close, it's actually doing an automatic save. So that's why you see it's not asking me if I want to save the document, because, and now you can see our dot is still there. But at the same time, we can still decide to go to File. Here you can see we have options like Save, Save As, Save All. So let's say I want to save this document as a different document entirely. I can click Save As. Now it's going to take me to the folder where this document was actually, where this document is, and it's going to ask me, do you want to save this document with the same name? If I say yes, it's going to ask me if I want to replace the file in that document. But I can decide to save it on a different name, and then we have a copy of that document on a different name. We can actually, as chief, for example, I can do the same by just clicking Control C on my keyboard and then Control V. But what it did is going to actually create a copy of that document by attaching the word copy to it.